today?
Mr. Allen?
Okay, when did you join KMTA?
2010.
How were you selected to be a KMTA teacher?
It's a good question. I was hired as the head football coach here, transferring up from Mill Creek. And because we had Tech Academy at Mill Creek, even though I didn't teach in the Tech Academy at Mill Creek, they knew that I was familiar with it. And there was an opening in the English department, and they needed to put me somewhere to give me a job to be the football coach. And so KMTA was a good fit.
What did you know about KMTA before you came in?
Well, I knew about KTA, which was at Mill Creek, and so it's similar, it's just the high school version of it. So I didn't know a whole lot about KMTA and how they were running it, but I knew about the basics of, small learning community cohort, project-based type stuff, and using the technology, infusing the technology into the curriculum. I knew about that, but in terms of the culture of how it was here at KM, I really didn't know that much about it.
Was your first impression of KMTA negative or positive?
Positive.
That's good. What was KMTA like when you first joined?
It was a strong culture. It had started just a handful of years before, so there was an established, the culture was established, and then the kind of logistics and procedures were pretty well established. There was a pretty strong group of teacher leaders, so like Mr. Christensen as an example, was already in place, and so it was a pretty healthy culture.
When did PLC start, and was this difficult for you?
It's a good question. I don't know the exact year. It's a little bit before COVID, so I'm guessing somewhere around 2017-ish, 16, 17. And it was not a problem for me. I was on board with it right away. I felt like we needed more things to help us be a little bit unique, but also we needed more ways to kind of be able to touch base with students outside of our regular classes. So I was on for it.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, which part of argument has been the most difficult for you?
This is Mr. Allen's class. He teaches 9th grade English in KMTA. Mr. Allen makes his class fun and interactive. He makes sure people participate in answering questions and makes the class engaged by moving around the room and the way he talks and explains things. He allows free seating in his classroom and has several projects.
You got 30 seconds to decide that. Then you're going to have 3 minutes to write.
One major project Mr. Allen had this year and continues to do similar things every year is the book The Hate You Give. He reads the book out loud to the class for a few chapters and then will assign the class to read the chapters by themselves. After the class finishes reading, he assigns a project based off the book. The project can vary from creating a character tree, which showcases the characteristics of a major character in the story, to creating some sort of method to express theme in the story, like theme-based playlist or thematic talk show.
It's part of the activity. So figure that out, or I'll figure it out for you. Either you have control or I do. Okay.
Another project in Mr. Allen's class was the final ad project. Students had to use ethos, pathos, and logos to convince someone to go along with the point of the ad. For example, one student made an ad convincing someone to let them walk their dog. They used all 3 of them in their project. Mr. Allen also has work-alongs where he walks through an assignment with the class, allowing the students to follow along and finding the answers rather than them just Googling it themselves.